Now go in motion, leaving Grissom as the back. Reeder wants to throw. Quick pass to Carson. A little bit better coverage this time, up to the 25-yard line. But a gain on the play, and Terry, has Reeder missed tonight?
He is now 6 of 6 for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. What a turnaround from the week before.
And Carson has been his main target.
Carson with 4 receptions tonight, Sellers with 1, and Grissom with a reception.
So third down and 3. The ball needs to reach just past the 28-yard line. Along 2, call it 3, as the Blue Devils looking to continue to pound on the Commandos. Now Clemens will head out of the game as Reeder will bring his team to the line. I formation, Sherry off the right side. Carson a tight end on that right side as well. Reeder calling the snap. Long count. Now he wants to call timeout. So with 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first half, it's the Blue Devils 20, Hendersonville nothing. We'll be back in just a moment.
Megan Davis, a sophomore varsity football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We're here at the Women's Health Clinic with Dr. Lanning and Susan Rather. We'd like to say thank you for your support and present to you these Lebanon football souvenirs.
Thank you. We're happy to support Lebanon High School football.
Go Devils! Go!
Back at Hendersonville High School, 4 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the first half of play. If you're just tuning in on our replay on Saturday morning, Jade Sellers has been ejected from the football game, but not before he's been able to score a touchdown and run the football a little bit. Stafford in there at tailback for the Blue Devils, and Lebanon leads 20-0.
Third down, 3 yards to go. I formation as Reeder will call the snaps. Looks like he's trying to pull the defense off. And turns, tosses it to Stafford. He gets a block, but will not pick up the first down. As in to bust up the play was David Sudek, as he came in, Tommy, and really caused Stafford to come back inside, and that's what busted up the play.
So Lebanon going to be looking at their first punt situation of the night. Todd Tressler will come in to kick for the Blue Devils, and going deep in return formation will be Don Lefevre for the Commandos. Last week, Tressler kicked the ball pretty well for Lebanon and very little in the way of wind tonight. Of course, that flag's so big, it takes quite a bit of wind to blow that thing around.
Bo Grissom is back there, Tommy. I don't know what they're trying. As now I think the Commandos may have figured it out. That's not Tressler back there. That is Grissom standing at the 15.
Tressler is a backup quarterback, and they had Tressler at the up position. Grissom, who punted last year, had gone back into the punt formation, and Lebanon may have had a play on with 3:17 to go here in the first half.
5-yard penalty on that, Tommy, will back him up. Tressler still back there, and it's to Grissom as he will get the punt away. Pretty good one. It'll land at about the 50, and it'll get a good roll. 40, 35, they'll let it go, and he's going to get a whale of a roll all the way down to the 26-yard line, Tommy.
Great kick. John, if you would, on the sideline, check and see if Tressler might have a little hamstring problem that would keep him from kicking. But, Terry, great kick by Bo.
From the 11 22, it finally rolls to a stop at the Hendersonville. It looks like they're going to spot it at the 27. That's 51 yards, no return.
That's not bad.
Not at all. Clock runs under 3 minutes here in the first half as the Commandos will go back on offense. They trail 20-0. O'Donohoe is the single back. It is Lefevre and Risha, the wing backs. Lefevre in motion. O'Donohoe straight up the middle, and he got met hard by Ryan Alds, Tommy.
Alds making his presence known in the middle of that defense. O'Donohoe never got started as the big junior had it in his grip.
So second down, they'll give him, if you look across the field, maybe a foot. Second down and a long 9. 2 minutes, 22 seconds in the first half. Vogler goes wide right. Lawrence, the tight end, will now go in motion to the right side. Risha in motion. He'll get the handoff toward that right side, cuts it back inside, makes the 30-yard line and goes down there as Griffin had a hold on him, and Lehue out there with him as well.
John, any update on the condition of Tressler and why he wasn't in there kicking?
No, Tom. nobody's talking right now. We're going to try to find a good opportunity here in just a moment.
So 3rd down and 7 yards for the Commandos. They need to reach their own 37-yard line. The ball rests at the 30, and the clock winds toward a minute and a half to go here in this first half. 2 wide receivers to the left side as Miller drops straight back. This worked a while ago. Penalty flag down, in and out of the hands. Is it intercepted? They say no. Diving in is Phillips, but a penalty flag down on that far side.
Good effort by Ricky Phillips, the senior safety, as he comes in there on the dive and almost picks up the deflection for the interception. Looks like the flag will go against Hendersonville as there's a big personnel change underway. And we're just going to have to see what the situation is. Let the officials sort this one out.
Looks like it will be. They will wave the flag off. So no flag, but it will bring up 4th down, though, for the Commandos. 30-yard line, a minute 18 to go as Reeder drops back to his own 40 as Vogler will be called upon to punt yet again. Good snap to him. What a bad kick. Reeder calls fair catch and takes it about his 38-yard line and leading 20-0. Tommy, that's a good thing to do by your quarterback.
Got your hands man back there. Reeder, good hands, makes the fair catch, and a pretty good kick by Hendersonville, Terry.
32 yards on the kick by Vogler. Lebanon to take over on their own 38. 1 minute, 10 seconds left in a half of the game. Lebanon leading 20-0.
So 1st down and 10 yards to go from their own 38-yard line. As Reeder comes up to the line, I formation, Stafford the tailback. He's got a wide receiver to the right, and he'll just give it to Stafford off the left side. He'll dive forward to about the 40-yard line. O'Donohoe out there on the tackle, as well as Vogler, as they fake to the fullback and gave it to the tailback. He picks up a couple of yards. 56 seconds remain in this first half.
John, down to you on the sideline.
Tommy talked to Tressler, and he just told me Bo had a better week of practice at the punting routine. So Bo's in there because he had a good week of practice.
And Tommy, obviously Tressler's okay. He's in at a wide receiver on the far side of the field. Cherry will go in motion. Reeder turns, tosses it to his tailback. Has some blocking, 40 out to the 45-yard line goes Stafford. And now Hendersonville will call timeout with 22 seconds remaining in the first half. Mike Higson out on the tackle, and Tommy, as usual, there's O'Donohoe. And with 22 seconds remaining in the first half, we'll take a break. Be back in just a moment.
A sophomore varsity cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We're here at Lebanon Cablevision with Mr. Ted Dansby. We'd like to say thank you for your support and present to you a small Blue Devil souvenir.
Thank you very much. Lebanon Cablevision is happy to once again help the Boosters Club present Lebanon High School football once again this year.
LHS! Let's go, Devils!
And Coach Bob Dillard leaves the field after talking with his offense. Lebanon looking at a 3rd down and 3, 22 seconds to go in the half.
Ball at the 45-yard line. I formation behind Reeder. C in and a wide receiver on the far side of the field. Cherry to the near side. Reeder wants to throw. He's just going to let it go up for air for Carson. He's, just over the outstretched hands of Carson. And had he come up with that, Tommy, he would have had nothing but the end zone in front of him. Risha out there with him, as well as Sismeric, but he had a good 2 steps on both of them.
And people want to talk about Reeder's arm. He let it go on that one. That was a long toss. And Hendersonville going to take another timeout, and they're going to try to set up that kick block. We'll keep it right here for this break. And Sam, Reeder really showed that arm.
About 45 yards in the air on that, Tommy. He let it go about the 40 and just over the outstretched hands of Carson. And for the lack of time that Reeder has played at quarterback, that's a pretty good throw.
Good arm. He's got a big baseball background, played a lot of shortstop and middle infield, got a good live arm, and he just cut loose on that one. And Terry, if Carson catches that one, and it wasn't over his outstretched fingers by very much, it's off to the races.
If he'd have caught that, that would have gone with his 53-yard touchdown reception. That would have been 55, so that would have been his second, and he only missed it by inches.
You know, that's something for a big guy to be able to get that far down the field.
and he was actually separating from the defensive back as he went down the field.
On 4th down, Tommy, looks like the Blue Devils are going to go for it. Only 15 seconds remaining. I formation, Reeder will turn. He wants to throw quick. He's just going to go deep again. He pumps, can't find anybody, and is finally sacked by Dwayne Woodard at about the 43-yard line, but there's only 8 seconds remaining in the first half, so not really a bad gamble by the Blue Devils.
Now, if you were able to get that football off and it gets picked off, it's just like a punt anyway, and air it out a little bit and get the defense conscious of the deep threat. Hendersonville takes, I believe, their final timeout, Terry, and we'll keep it right here for the duration of this timeout. 8 seconds to go in the first period, in the first half, as Lebanon leads Hendersonville by a score of 20-0. And folks, that offensive line for Lebanon, much maligned after last week's loss, has done the job. Corley, Woodall, Atwood, Jennings, Dedman up front. They have given Reeder the time he needs tonight to get this offense going.
First down for the Commandos. Miller wants to throw. He's got some company, and he's going to go down real fast in Trey Reynolds' arms back at the 45-yard line, and that'll do it for the first half as the Blue Devils lead the Commandos here in Hendersonville 20-0. We'll be back in just a little bit.
You're watching Blue Devil football on Lebanon Cablevision Channel 3. Let's go, Devils!
Back for the second half of action. Both teams have returned to the field. Terry Stafford, give us a rundown on those first half numbers.
All right, Tommy, total yardage in the first half, Lebanon with 172 total yards in the first half, Hendersonville with 87. The breakdown, Lebanon 107 yards through the air, 65 on the ground, as Jason Reeder, a big first half, 6 of 7, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 107 yards through the air. The leading rusher for Lebanon, Stafford, 31 yards on 7 carries. Quickly for Hendersonville, 67 yards on the ground, 20 through the air, 87 total. Their leading rusher, Trey O'Donnell, 11 carries, 49 yards.
Lebanon commanding the stats as well as the score. The Blue Devils lead Hendersonville by a score of 20-0. 24 minutes of football left to be played. To kick it off for the Blue Devils, Kyle Zachary, the transfer from Westmoreland. Twin safeties going deep for the Commandos. Number 1, Jake Risha, and number 4, Don Lefevre. And here with our second half call is Sam Axley.
Thank you, Tommy. Zachary gets ready to start this second half. A profitable first half for the Blue Devils as they lead 20-0. Zachary's kick is high and deep. He will chase Lefevre all the way back to the 5. He's up to the 10, 15. Has a little bit of opening, but goes down on the right side. Is in quickly to take him down is Ricky Phillips, and he will get right at the 16-yard line. Call it the 17 of Hendersonville, so that's where they'll start this second half, down by 20.
And if there's a lesson to be learned by that first half, I bet it's the Blue Devils need to be on their best behavior. A 20-point lead. We don't want anybody else getting tossed out of this football game.
Matt Kay splits out wide to the left side as a wide receiver. That split T behind Miller, the quarterback, is tied in motion. Now Risha will go in motion. O'Donohoe straight up the middle, 5 yards. Fights his way out over the 20, about the 21-yard line. Pitting on the tackle. As second down and 5 now for Hendersonville, as O'Donohoe, Tommy, has been their main workhorse.
He's listed at 5'9", 185, and 5'9", maybe stretching it just a little bit. Built low to the ground, a fullback kind of body, short, stocky, and gets up in the hole in a hurry.
So second down and a long 5 as Risha in motion. They'll give him the ball off that right side. He cuts it back inside. We'll get up to the 24-yard line. Is taken down there by Ian Crockett. Griffin in on the tackle as well. Third down and call it 3. The ball right at